Hey guys, I'm Chas, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Cooking with Chas. Today we're going to cook shrimp and grits. I love this dish. One, because I love seafood, and two, because it's so easy. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to show you the ingredients for this dish. Shrimp, grits, onions, bell peppers, green onions, garlic, jalapeno, butter, lime, chicken broth, flour, salt and pepper, extra virgin olive oil, and vegetable oil. The first thing I always like to do is get my grits on. They don't take long, but get them out of the way. So I prepare my grits according to the instructions on the back of the bag. Make sure you whisk those as soon as you put them in. I always salt and pepper my water. I like to put a little bit of milk in my grits, only for this dish. I actually don't use milk when I cook them in the morning. The next step is to cook your vegetables. So let's get olive oil in that pan, and I immediately add my onions. Next I'm going to add the bell peppers. The next item will be garlic. I like garlic, so I use a little bit more. You can always go lighter. And these are the jalapenos. I like a little heat. I'm keeping an eye on my grits too, because your grits will boil over. I like for my veggies to cook for a minute or two just to soften up a bit. And then we're going to take them out and put them in a bowl. Now, add a little bit of olive oil into your pan. Now we're going to season the shrimp. A little bit of salt and pepper and half of a lime. I'm going to toss those and make sure that everything is coated, and just set these aside. They're not going to sit for long because you know that lime juice will start to cook the shrimp, and I just wanted to flavor the shrimp. Now, we're going to get our pan back on the eye. Literally, this is going to take a minute on each side. That's my timer for my grits. Turn the eye off, put your lid back on, and you can actually remove this from the eye so that it doesn't burn the bottom. So now our eye is getting hot for the shrimp. And what we want to do is just add these shrimp in one layer. And that juice that's at the bottom of the bowl, or whatever you're using for your shrimp, reserve that, because we're going to add that into the gravy. And I'm going to start flipping, because you got to think about the time that it took us to get these shrimp in the pan. And forgive me, my pan was on a medium-high heat. Closer to medium. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these shrimp from the pan and set them aside and get this pan ready for the gravy. Now we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. A little bit of canola oil is what I'm actually using today. And flour to cook the rawness out. Cook that for about a minute. Now we're going to add our chicken broth, and make sure you keep that whisk going and get everything out off the bottom of the pan. Now, since we've scraped everything off the bottom of the pan and we have our liquid in, you want to season this gravy with a little salt and pepper. Whisk that again. And if it's a little thick, don't be afraid to add a little bit. I would add a little water, not more chicken broth, because you don't want too high of sodium. Add those veggies that you got started right back in. And we're going to let this simmer together so it can infuse your gravy for 7 to 8 minutes. And make sure that your eye is on a medium low. Something I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the video If you would like the complete recipe to this dish, just click the link below. Alright, so our gravy is done. Now, you know I love to lighten up my dishes. I prefer to use lime. It's just my preference. Maybe you like lemon. You do whatever works for you and what you prefer. But I would suggest trying the lime first. And if you don't like it, then switch next time when you make it and use lemon. But I like to squeeze the other half of that lime into this gravy. And I do it now so that it's light and fresh. I also love balsamic vinegar. A couple of splashes in there. There you go. I'm going to whisk that up. And I'm going to show you how thick this gravy is. And it's partly that thick because of all the vegetables that we have in there. The onions and bell pepper and jalapeno and garlic. But this is the consistency that you want. So, we are done, believe it or not. I told you this is so quick and easy. I'm just going to heat them back up because I've had them sitting to the side. You don't want to overcook them. So as that gets up to temperature, I am going to dump these right back in. Let them sit for maybe about 30 to 45 seconds. And then I'm going to plate this up. And it's that easy. And here's our finished product. Shrimp and grits. I like to finish it with a little bit of green onions or scallions, whatever you like to call it. Gives it great color and a little bit of crunch, which is a change in texture. It's really a great dish. So if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like and share. And if you want the complete recipe, click that link below. And I'll see you guys next time.